What's up, everyone? I'm the Kaiju no Kame from the Toku and Animation News Network, and this is my quickie review for Mickey 17. Remember to click like, subscribe, the bell notification, and whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support us. Mickey 17 is the newest movie from the director of Parasite, Hong Jin. Sorry, I don't remember his name exactly. I just know that Parasite was really good. I wasn't fully on board for Mickey 17. The trailers didn't do much for me. I am glad I actually saw it. It's worth a one-time watch, especially on the big screen, but I can't say I was blown away by the film. However, what is Mickey 17? Well, Mickey 17 is basically about a guy named Mickey who is cloned. He signs up to be what's called an Expendable, where he's given this task that he is to test any type of new diseases, any problems that might arise that could possibly kill them. And he's resurrected with each time, and this is his 17th incarnation. Robert Pattinson is hands down the best thing about the film. He does a wonderful job of having to act against himself. It turns out that Mickey 17, when he was thought dead, he didn't actually die, and they went ahead and cloned him regardless, which ended up creating two Mickeys, Mickey 17 and Mickey 18, and Pattinson has to act them both out. And they're nothing like each other personality-wise. And he's pretty much acting against himself. But obviously he can't play off of himself right then and there. So he has to go back and forth. So it's really well done in that regard of how much he had to play around. He really does show how good of an actor he can be. That he is. Which is nice that he broke away from that Twilight mold that not really many others did. On the other hand, I can't say it was the most exciting movie. My biggest problems with it revolve around too much exposition. This movie is so exposition heavy. Now, I'm a film noir fan, so I totally understand movies being exposition heavy. However, this is not a film noir. It doesn't have anything that makes it feel like a noir. So I'm not sure why we needed all this exposition. And even still, the exposition is kind of well, duh, new Sherlock. So I'm not sure what the end result was trying to achieve by having all this exposition going on. I mean, narration is cool for one thing, but I really didn't need to know everything that went on between him being Mickey 1 to Mickey 17. You actually got the gist of it right from the premise. When you have the backstory of, oh, I ended up on this spaceship. But then we have another 20, 25 minutes going through the whole process of him being cloned over and over. I was okay, this is kind of boring. When the actual movie gets back to present day, you're finally, but I feel 45 minutes has gone by and it really does drag itself out quite a bit. We've got some politician characters in this movie that I get what they were going for, but they took it a little too over the top at times, that it does pull you out of the serious part of the movie, because it's they had this really serious story going on, and then some loud, obnoxious, comedic bit happens that pulls you out of the tension, and you're oh, cool. Well, I just lost all my engagement in that scene because that just diminished everything. It's a lot of horror movies at times where you're really into the suspense, and then there's some comedy scene that is completely over the top that you're just oh. Well, that just deflated all my suspense. Yeah, okay. Don't care anymore. It's kind of like that. I understand what they were trying to do, but they really do push their narrative on the head. I mean, it's like the Whittaker era of Doctor Who, where they are ripping your mouth open and shoving their message down your throat, which is okay, I would have gotten it if you didn't do that, because I get it. I totally understood who this character was meant to be when they made the first comment about him being a failed politician. I didn't need to know any more on that. You didn't need to continue driving it in, but you did. The bug creatures were kind of interesting, and I actually made the joke. I was like, wow, so this is the start of Starship Troopers, which I would totally be down for an actual adaptation of the Starship Troopers novel. I loved the original movie from the 90s. I loved the Roughnecks Chronicles TV series that never got a freaking ending. But I would like to see an actual adaptation of the book that is true to the book. I don't care how hated he is. I want a true adaptation to the book. None of the music is really memorable to me. I liked it when I was watching it, but now I'm like, what was that soundtrack? What was involved in that? Can't remember. The other actors did a pretty good job for what they were going through. The actress from Blink Twice plays Mickey's girlfriend here. She does a decent job. I like what they did with her. Steven Yeun played a dick, which isn't surprising because he always seems to play a dick character these days. And I liked him, but his story kind of just distracted you from the overall narrative. I feel like if you took that bit out, a lot of the movie would have been improved pacing wise. Same with if you removed the whole exposition in the first 40 minutes of the film, it would have been much better. Overall, I am going to give Mickey 17 a 7 out of 10. Have you seen Mickey 17? If so, what did you think of it? What is your favorite movie about cloning? Let me know in the comments. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support me. You can support me on Patreon and Bluesky at Toku Network, Facebook, Instagram, Discord at Kaiju no Kami, my website, creativitybydesignllc.com. And then there's a cool Kaiju no Kami store that you can buy merchandise at, creativitybydesignllc.com/shop. There's a link in the description below. It should now be linked to YouTube itself directly, so you can access it there, hopefully. And there is a new Kaiju no Kami membership. And then I do still have the GoFundMe that is there to support the channel for another 10 years. And until next time, bye.